And so I've already kind of taken care of some of the local problems that I always come across with things that are out here all the time. Black widows are one of them. So I've got this Craftsman rototiller, and it needs a new motor. As you guys can see, there's a new asshole that got blown into the side of the block. I suspect that the guy who owned this thing ran it too low on oil and something exploded inside, more than likely the connecting rod, and that went into the side of the block. So this motor is, other than for parts, useless. So we have to go ahead and remove it. I've already taken off the belt clutch cover. There's only 3 bolts that go into that. It's pretty easy to remove. What I'm going to have to end up doing is, it looks like we should be in business as far as the pulley goes, but we'll have to swap this pulley over. That can kind of be a pain in the ass if that's seized on too bad. And then this cover right here that has the restrictor for the belt we'll need to go over as well. And I don't know if this will transfer over to this motor, so I'm more than likely going to have to cut another hole in it somewhere after I figure out where it's supposed to go. It's going to kind of be a pain in the ass, but when you install these Harbor Freight motors, or really any other motor that came on it that didn't come on it from factory, you're going to have to do stuff like that. So let's get to it. First thing I'm going to do is basically unbolt this part right here, that big bolt, and I don't think there's any other areas other than this. I'll probably go ahead and remove this right now, actually. And so with just a little bit of effort, that belt came right off. Actually, I don't need to remove this. For some reason, I thought that was stuck in the side of the motor, and it's not. I'm just going to have to remove this part and then the pulley. Usually these pulleys have, and it's right there, some little tightener that you're going to have to remove, unbolt. So we'll go ahead and get on with that. And so of course, this bolt is just a little too big. It's not going to fit into this hole. So we'll have to find something that will. You're going to have to modify stuff to get it to work properly with this. Especially if you're using a universal motor like a Harbor Freight Predator motor. So all that we have left to do now is tip this thing over and just take the bolts out. Now, as far as using air tools goes, air tools are pretty much synonymous with extensions. Go ahead, and it's a 1/4 inch, or a 1/2 inch rather, socket. And then just stick that in that side. Probably gonna have to put a wrench on that side. Yep. So I'll be right back. So everything's installed now. Just threw some oil in it, threw some gas in it, and I guess we'll see what happens at this point. Go ahead and remove this tag off of here. I'm really starting to like these Predator engines, actually. I've read a lot of positive reviews about them. Turn it on. I have the cover still off, and I've got it on the soft ground just because I want to see how this thing's gonna handle the belt. I think it'll be fine because it seems like it's loose enough right now that it's not gonna do anything. But I've got it on the soft ground just to be safe. So we'll go ahead and turn the fuel on. Classic Chinese carburetor. And we'll have it in start mode. Give it a few more seconds and then we'll give her a crank. So let's try out the rototiller part. As you guys heard, this thing runs pretty damn good. All I need to do is just put the belt cover on now. That's not hard. That's not all that hard. And go ahead and set those up just a little bit because I think it's pushing it too far down. Of course, I don't want the belt flying off either, but you know, you guys know how that goes. But all in all, I'm really happy with how well that turned out, other than just a little bit of modification because this guard here didn't really line up and I was too lazy to drill a hole through it. I don't actually have any of those bolts on hand, I don't think, so I just tied some mechanics wire around the nub there, and that should be good enough just to hold it back from making any sort of grinding noise or anything like that. I'm not really too worried about that, and I'll probably fix it before I sell it, but I just wanted to see if this thing will work, and indeed it seems to work pretty damn good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's not all that difficult to repower one of these with a Predator motor, and you all stay classy.